You can't avoid it because it's going to come back,
Right.
is what I'm hearing at some point. What can we do?
As community members?
As a community member, not experts, but what can we do? Do you bring it up? Do you say, what's the proper way to, I don't know, kind of broach the subject? Are you okay?
I think you're looking for changes in that person, something, maybe they're doing things differently than they used to do. Maybe they were very outgoing and now they're withdrawn, because everyone's response is so individualized.
Right.
And so I think it is okay to say, I've noticed that, or I'm wondering if.
And I also think one of the biggest things we need to remember, we were talking about that earlier, is even if you weren't there, you could still be affected. And we try to pretend, well, I should be okay because I didn't get shot at, I should be fine. It's okay not to be okay, and it's okay to reach out for help, even if you weren't at that concert. That event threatened the security of all of us who live here, and people who live in any city, really, anywhere. It made it real that can happen in this community.
And I think that's one of the important things that we're talking about. What do we do as a community? And for me, I think there's a couple of things. The first one is we have to be patient, because we have yet to see the worst of the effects of this.
Explain that.
So PTSD doesn't always initially happen right at the time of an event. Typically, it's an average of about 3 months post-event that the symptoms really start coming out. It can take years for that to happen, though. So although we're 9 months out or however far out, we're actually just in the very beginning stages of this. And so when we say, well, we want to help the people that were impacted by it and we want to help their families, one of the things I would say is let's be careful that we're going to help them the right way.
Right.
So in instances with, say, grief and loss or with trauma, the reactions are very similar. Somebody will say, Angela's a good friend of mine and I see her upset or struggling. My initial reaction or inclination is everything's going to be okay, I'm going to help her, I'm going to fix her, because it relieves my own anxiety about watching somebody I care about that way. So realistically, we need to be patient, and the best thing you can do is let somebody feel bad, let somebody struggle. They have to go through it. It's uncomfortable and it doesn't look great and it's really heartbreaking, but that's really one of the most therapeutic things we do.
We had already had employee assistance program available to our team members, and they deal with a great deal of traumatic events here every day. October 1 could not prepare anybody for those services that were needed, but we knew we had to get a resource center provided to our employees immediately.
Nicole Rietz is the Vice President of Human Resources at Sunrise Hospital.
We had a 24/7 resource center here for 3.5 weeks. You don't know what kind of triggers, I've learned this, you don't know what's going to trigger somebody to need those services.
Sunrise flew in counselors who specialize in post-traumatic stress.
I called them our knights in shining armor because they just came and they stayed for weeks.
To assist the hospital's 3,200 employees, many who just showed up that night wanting to help.
Our employees, we didn't have to ask them to come. They came, and it was nothing short of remarkable. And our job as their senior team is to take care of them when they need it the most.
The most therapeutic or most healing thing a victim can do is to talk about it. That's for PTSD, the treatment of PTSD is talk therapy and medications. The interesting thing is that the medications given for PTSD are typically antidepressants and then medications for anxiety. Depression is also one of those things we really struggle to talk about. It's kind of like if I don't have an explanation for the way I'm feeling, and people that start developing these symptoms want to explain it as something else. Oh, I've got a headache, and headaches are really common in PTSD as precursor to symptom manifestation. So just being able to kind of, I'm going to talk about it, the more you talk about it, the more you're just going to do it in intervals. Hey, this is as far as I'm comfortable with, and as community members or family members or friends of those people that went through that, what we have to make sure is we're not pushing for the story. We're just being the outlet for what they need us, and then we're just supportive. You know what, I'm sorry, I can't imagine what that had been like.
Okay.
And the way it was always explained to me is basically the more you talk about it, the less power and emotion is attached. And on the flip side, some people will be okay, and that's okay too.
Right.
You know, if you feel okay, that's okay too.
Right.
So we had a lot of people feeling guilty because they didn't feel bad. Not bad, I mean, they felt bad about the incident, but they weren't exhibiting those symptoms, so then they thought something was wrong with them because they weren't. And we're all telling them, you should be, you know, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen. When it didn't happen, they're like, what's wrong with me? That stuff's not happening.
What should we be thinking about as the 1-year anniversary comes up?
Well, I think we do know from other events and from the research that any reminding event, it can be the birthday of the person, it can be the anniversary of the event or the 1-year mark, is a time when people are going to possibly have a stronger reaction or find themselves kind of back in that moment.
The 1-year anniversary is also an important deadline. Clark County Assistant County Manager Kevin Schiller oversees the Las Vegas Strong Resiliency Center, a free and confidential resource center for residents, visitors, and responders.
That anniversary date becomes a deadline for those to register for the reimbursement and for the financial assistance to the victims of crime. So that is really the key date we've been focused on.
The Nevada Victims of Crime program can financially assist any person who attended the concert the night of the shooting, no matter where they reside. But the person must register for the program within 1 year of the incident. Staff at the Resiliency Center can help with registration.
My message is absolutely register, even if you're going through your days and you're fine and you don't think you need any services or assistance. We really want to get you registered because in the event something does come up or there's issues that arise, once you're registered, you still are eligible, and we don't want to lose that for anybody that was in attendance or anybody that's eligible.